When you stand just 5 feet 1 inches tall, you get told your entire life what you cannot do. That chip on her shoulder is because every time she's been told that, she's been able to overcome those odds and get it done.
Black women in sports don't just break records, they do so with character and swag. But behind the show, these women often face bombardment left, right and center, even when they aren't breaking any rules.
Why I didn't get excuse me, can you talk louder so everyone can hear you asking me about my drugs?
Here are 10 black women whose styles were considered a little too much for sports, track and field. Let's go. Number 10. Gail Devers, track and field superstar, was a force nobody wanted to mess with. This woman didn't just break records, she shattered them in a way that got people whispering and murmuring. While most athletes focus on things like technique and training, Gail had her eyes set on a different prize: nail perfection. She took manicures to a whole new level. She had nails so long they could double as a Swiss Army knife. Now you might be thinking, how on earth did she even manage to? See, her styling pose wasn't your typical crouched sprinter stance. She had to come up with something completely unique. It all started with a challenge from her dad when she was just a kid. He dared her to stop biting her nails, and boy did she take that challenge and turned it into a dazzling fashion statement. Number 9. Debbie Thomas, the fearless figure skater, wasn't afraid to shake things up and send shockwaves through the ice rink. Picture this, the year is 1986 and figure skating is all about grace, poise and frilly costumes that could pass for a wedding cake. But here comes Debbie in a black unitard that made the judges gasp and clutch their pearls. The ISU was not ready for such level of sexiness. I don't know about you, but perhaps they were concerned that the ice could melt under her hotness. Unlike those folks who talk big game but crumble faster than a house of cards, Debbie knew how to walk the talk. If I say I'm going to do something, I'll do it. It may not be pretty, but I'll get the job done. Number 8. Serena Williams. Serena sent shockwaves through the internet when she rocked the catsuit in the France Open tournament, leaving officials hotter than a sizzling croissant. They couldn't help but sneak a peek, and some of them grumbled and said things like, "I think we've crossed the line here. Let's respect the game."
What exactly about her body, about that uniform, if you will, disrespected the French Open or the fans? Because I have seen so many, and I've been to the French Open, and you can see the women wearing mini skirts, you can see butt cheek as they play. And somehow that's not offensive, but because she's in this form-fitting uniform that covers up everything basically.
But Serena, who had won the French Open tournament 3 times, fired back at the catsuit controversy, revealing a medical condition she hated to talk about in the first place, and that is her secret struggle with pulmonary embolisms, aka blood clots. And the catsuit was meant to keep the blood in check. This is yet another classic case where Williams, just like countless other fabulous black female athletes, felt the sting of "you are doing too much." Falling for Namwana.
DiCello was calling that ball out. Kendra took it anyway. It looked like it was just about right around that line, man. Fallon.
There is always bias in the world of sports, especially when it comes to what black women should or should not wear, especially those with a heavy dose of steatopedia. Fallen Namwana is one of the most talked about beach volleyball stars for her skills, but for the most part, her looks. I'm black and I have a big butt and I'm thicker than everybody else. Me coming out here and being confident in a bathing suit. Even when I started in the AVP in my first year, I heard people talk about me as I walked in, saying, "Who does she think she is? She should be more covered up." Number 6. Gabrielle Douglas. During the 2012 Olympics, gymnast Gabby Douglas faced criticism and scrutiny regarding her hair rather than her performance.
Some people on Twitter posted comments calling her hair messy, unkempt. Someone even used the word hideous.
This criticism sparked a broader conversation about racial bias and unfair expectations placed on black women and their appearance in the world of sports. Despite the unjust criticism, many people came to Douglas's defense, arguing that her performance and achievements were far more important than her hairstyle. Do you agree? Leave us a comment down there. Number 5. Shelly-Ann Fraser-Pryce. Shelly-Ann, the Jamaican sprinting sensation, is not just fast, she is also a master of hair flair on the track. Shelly-Ann certainly knows how to make heads turn faster than her lightning speed. From rocking bright colored wigs that could outshine the sun to intricate braids that could double as artwork, she's got her hair game on lockdown. People can't help but marvel at her bold and creative choices. While some may raise eyebrows and pound at the death of self-expression in sports, Shelly-Ann just keeps running with confidence and style. She's proving that you can be fast and fabulous at the same time. Number 4. Griffith Joyner. Griffith Joyner, aka Flo-Jo, was an athlete like no other. She did things on the track that no woman had ever done before.
Wind was within the legal limits.
Cannot be. No one can run that fast. The heat here must be doing something to the electronics. But
she sported 6.5-inch acrylic nails, long flowing hair, a full face of makeup, and a self-designed race kits with asymmetrical one-leg bodysuits, lace detailing, and color-block bikini bottoms. She even convinced her teammates to wear leggings underneath their shorts. As she once said in her own words, "Dress good to look good to feel good, and feel good to run fast." It was a mantra that served her well. Number 3. Caster Semenya. Semenya has an intersex condition called 46XY in sex development. This causes both male and female traits and testosterone levels higher than the typical female range.
Because they say I have advantage, in high testosterone. Of course I do have it, so what?
She was banned from her best event after losing her appeal, right? Number 1. Fatima Diame. This damsel began competing professionally in 2013, representing Spain in the long jump and triple jumps, winning her first bronze medal in 2015 and a couple of gold medals afterwards. Fatima Diame isn't popular among netizens for her speed or jumping prowess, but rather her figure. The track and field athlete has received so much stare from people who feel she's a distraction rather than a talent worth celebrating. I don't know about you, but as long as she isn't breaking any rules, she might as well give men of culture something to appreciate. Now, have any of these women gone too far with their choices of style? Leave us a comment below to share with your friend on Facebook, WhatsApp, and Twitter. As usual, I'm your host Murphy, and I'll catch you in the next video. Stay beautiful, stay amazing, stay safe. Peace.